might be the lord of the kaiju rising. Throw it right back when I fight you, lightning. Breaking all the plans when I'm fusing with the lads. Yeah, mega kaiju breaking right through. It's frightening. North Japan, I'm the bomb. How these kiddies crying to their moms. Alien, heading straight to Fuji when I roll up. Scary and eating every human fruit roll up. Only 4 from the 3, you ain't messing with.
Alright, I am back with your much anticipated review of Godzilla 1998. This is one that gets a lot of hate. I've even heard that people call it Zilla because they don't even want to put it in the Godzilla franchise. So let's see, do I agree? Do I have the same thoughts? Let's talk about Godzilla 1998. Again, I want to thank Mr. Bones for tipping me up on the sale that was going on. It was a really good deal. And also shout out to Interweb Kaiju. Just because he is the man when it comes to Kaiju. And Tochi, there for Tochi. And let me know that my lighting has been bad in a couple of videos that I need to fix. Hopefully it'll be better this time around because I don't want anybody not being able to see what I'm doing. So thank you, Toch. Shout out to the Midnight Hour crew. Just saying. So it's time to get right into Godzilla 98. So Godzilla 1998. You can see there's the front. There is the back. You do get the animated menus here. It's approximately 2 hours and 19 minutes. It picks up a 5.4 on IMDb. Starring Matthew Broderick. That's right, Ferris Bueller himself. Hank Azaria. That's right, Mo from Simpsons. He also does the voice for Apu in Simpsons and many other Simpson voices. Kevin Dunn, who has been in tons of stuff. You'll know Kevin Dunn from 90s films, some of the Ghostbuster films, and then, kind of a surprise, shock to me, Doug Savant. Doug Savant, most certainly known from Melrose Place and Desperate Housewives, as he plays a lieutenant of the military in this film. What's going on right now is the French are doing some testing and some bombing in an area where we have Matthew Broderick's character, who goes by the name of Nick, who just happens to be an archaeologist, scientist. They call him the Worm Man. And he is called onto this new project by the military to figure out what is happening and why this group of 6 people that were killed in a ship, they were attacked, what it was, how they were attacked. Only one known survivor, but no one can tell what the heck happened, so they're asking for his opinion. So during this process, he arrives in New York and whatnot, in Manhattan to be more specific, and things start to happen as there is something on the loose in Manhattan, obviously. Spoiler alert, it is Godzilla. And basically the military now has to figure out in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan, in New York, how to stop the giant Godzilla. Just like it says here, size does matter. So basically they set up this trap. They put a whole bunch of fish out right in the middle of New York. As people are starting to get picked off, cars are being stomped on, standard Godzilla stuff. And Godzilla comes to the middle of Times Square, basically, or Manhattan, wherever it was, and starts eating the fish and taking the bait. Well, they start to blow Godzilla away, but the guns are not doing anything. So they're like, what is going on here? So Godzilla escapes, he's gone. But Nick has another theory. Again, spoiler alert. Nick is saying Godzilla is asexual and is expecting some babies, or has already had babies. So he's warning everybody, if these babies get loose, they can reproduce within 2 or 3 days. 20 eggs, that would be 40,000 eggs in a year. That would take over population. So we have to do something now. So basically the military, Nick, There's a reporter named Audrey, which was, I believe that was a nod to Little Shop of Horrors, if you want the truth. She acted a little bit like Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors, in my opinion. And, not the Audrey 2, not the Audrey 1. Sorry, I'm just being silly. You know what I do. Anyways, and then there is this group of friends that she has that's also going to try to help, as she's a reporter. She had a little bit of a love fling with Nick back in the day, so they're trying to rekindle their romance. So they've got to plan a way to stop Godzilla and all of this from happening. And as Manhattan is going to be taken over if they do not. So what did I think of this movie? I did like this movie. I had a lot of feels from like the Ninja Turtles. I had a lot of feels from the Ghostbusters with the New York theme. It was kind of surreal to see the Twin Towers in this film as well. So I was getting the feels of the Turtles and the Ghostbusters along with this, which is always nice, to be honest with you. I understand the hate for this movie. You got to understand, Toho put a lot of restrictions on this film, what the director could use. I mean, the budget was $130 million. It ended up doubling the gross of the film, but there was a lot of restrictions, things you could and couldn't do, and a lot of people from Toho were not satisfied with the product, to be honest with you, but I liked it. A lot of people say that the character looked too much like a dinosaur. I understand that. I get that. But you got to think outside the box, in my opinion, when it comes to movies. I liked the humor in this movie. Like, for example, spoiler alert, when they want to go and give Godzilla a pregnancy test. And Nick goes to the pharmacy to get pregnancy tests. And he says, I'll take all of them. That was hysterical to me. I laughed out loud during that. It was fun to me. I like this movie. Now, I'm not going to put it in my top rankings, but I did like it. I'm not one of the ones that's going to hate on it. There were plenty of action. If you haven't seen it and you like dinosaurs, definitely check it out. I mean, there were some things, there was some overacting and I believe some underacting in some parts too. But overall, I'm going to give this one another 3.5 rating on the Boglan scale. That's about a C plus to a B minus. And check out Interweb Kaiju. Check out Jennifer Tochi. Check out Popping the Popcorn in the Midnight Hour. Check out my homie Mr. Bones. Check out everybody that's doing Kaiju videos. Let me know your thoughts, good or bad or indifferent, on Godzilla 98. Or hell, let me know what you think about Matthew Broderick. I think he is meant for certain roles, and certain roles I think maybe he shouldn't be in. I didn't particularly care for Doug Savant as a lieutenant in this film. I do like him a lot, though. I think maybe he could have been in a better position or a better role in the film, but he worked hard on it. I know that. He's a good worker and a good guy. So, anyhow, catch up with you later. This is Kaiju Theater, Hobbs Horror. Peace.